I feel like this past week there has been so much going on for all of us. There is a situation that is being presented, or maybe even multiple situations that are being presented to you, and they've kind of happened like back to back to back, that are meant to almost magnify the quote-unquote cycle, to make sure that you see it very clear, like that you can't miss it, and you will have to choose. This could be an opportunity, or is it this could be an opportunity, and it could be a beautiful opportunity. But if you take it, you might get stuck back in that cycle you've been in 20 million times that you've been healing from. And you cannot help but see it. It could be something that would be very big. It would be almost like a prayer or a manifestation that you've been asking the universe for. And it'll come. But this manifestation, prayer, dream, or wish will say, are you sure you want me? Because you engaging in with this wish, dream, or manifestation would require you to go back into a cycle that you've already completed. It might feel like a very exciting, but also like nerve-wracking time. Source, can we read off of this energy, please? Queen of Wands in reverse. The Six of Pentacles. You didn't realize that sometimes we do get what we wanted. We do get what we prayed for. But sometimes God gives us what we prayed for to remind us why God took it out of our life to begin with. Source is saying you've seen it, like you realized what needed to go in your life and what needed to end in your life. But then whenever the transformation was complete and you accepted the ending for what it was like there was you kind of going back into, at least mentally, emotionally, or physically, spiritually, into the possibilities of the what ifs. That frequency, God was like, we're back into this place of resisting, and that resisting is not allowing you to focus in the way that you are meant to focus. It's kind of making you all over the place here. So Source said, okay, all right, I'm going to open that door, just a crack, just a peek, so you can experience that energy firsthand and why I removed it from you. You see how the light just did that? Why I removed it from you. The Ten of Wands, the Four of Swords. A realization of, oh, that's right. You removed this burden from me. I don't want to hold it again. Sometimes God will give us what we prayed for. But you will realize when you get it, how what it is that you prayed for, and the reason why it was gone in the first place, or the reason why it wasn't coming in the first place, is because you don't deserve to hold. Sometimes what you think you want, sometimes we don't always know what's best for us. But Source, the universe, our spirit team, they know what's best for us. Do you really want something where you're holding this again when you just got entered into a lot of freedom and a lot of liberation? You're realizing that it would be a burden you'd have to hold again, that you worked damn hard to alleviate yourself from. You could take it, but and maybe you'd be living in a dream come true. Maybe. But is it going to come with a lot of shit? I think that this, you not believing in yourself, or you not trusting in yourself, or you not seeing your potential, your capability, and fueling yourself up with way more self-belief than you have been, instead of believing everything else or everyone around you, what works for you. Not what anybody else's opinion or say or wants or needs for you. You've been taking that on like it's your own, forgetting about what it is that you believe in. And that has taken way, way, way too much from you. So, Source had to remind you. And now, what is better for you that maybe you've not even thought about yet? Maybe you thought this was what you wanted, and you realized it is what I want, but it might come with a lot of stress and worries and anxieties and burden. Now, what's coming in right behind that is what is going to be better for you. Make plans, looking ahead, foresight. A lot of energy coming in around that. Quickly. What was the wound, or the archetype of the wound, that you were operating out of? Thinking that you could have something in your life. You know, sometimes it's just like something that you just really, really want because you love, because you care. But there is a reason why something or someone is not in your life anymore. Always. What was the wound of the archetype of the wound that was holding you back, or that you were operating out of, when it came to thinking that this is something that you wanted? Now that you had the potential of receiving it, or received it for some of you guys, you realize this might come with a lot of things that is going to disturb the peace and happiness that I have worked so hard for. Way too many. Hold on. The wound of the threadbare mask. Pretending for so long it wore thin. This wound arises when you've spent years performing a version of yourself to be accepted, loved, or safe. Over time, the mask begins to fray, no longer able to hide what aches beneath. It can leave you exhausted, afraid of being seen, yet longing to finally be real. No longer are you're taking this mask off. See, she's taking it off. You're realizing you have grown and healed too much that if you were to accept that, was that somebody else's or something else's, or the old version of you's dream or goal or wish or manifestation? You've grown since then. Your frequency is different now. You cannot be anything other than your authentic self now. So maybe the you 2 years ago could have accepted that or moved into that. But the you of you today is realizing that you would have to put back on that mask. And you can't do that no more. I love you.